Each tote slide system includes 2 80-inch support rails, 4 88-inch slide rails, 8 sliding strut T-nuts, 8 grade 5 bolts, 8 grade 5 lag screws, 16 washers. Make sure to use the washers with both the bolts and the lag screws. Before beginning your installation, make sure you have the required tools: measuring tape, 6-foot ladder, stud finder, marking pencil, electric drill, we recommend hammer or impact, 1/2-inch socket, 7/16 inch socket, and your safety goggles. To begin, select the mounting area on your ceiling of approximately 7 feet by 8 feet, with an additional 24 inches of open space on one side for loading and unloading the totes. The tote slide can be mounted anywhere with enough vertical clearance, even over a garage door. The support rails can be mounted perpendicular across the trusses or parallel along the trusses. Decide which direction you will want to slide your tote bins in and out. The support rails must be perpendicular to the direction you want to slide your totes in. Make sure you have about 24 inches of empty ceiling on the open end that you will use to load your totes into the tote slide. Locate your overhead support structure to hold the weight of the tote slide and your totes. Use your stud finder to locate the position and direction of all trusses within the mounting area you selected and mark them with your pencil. Only mount the tote slide onto a wooden structure. Do not attempt to mount onto any metal structure, drywall, or any material that may need molly or anchor. When installing against a wall, make sure there is at least 1.5 feet between the wall and your first support rail. After locating the stud, we advise using a small drill bit to make 3 holes on the stud. Use the center drill hole to ensure you're hitting the center of the stud. The support rails have a male and female end. We recommend starting with the male support rail. Use 2 lags in the male support rail evenly spaced. Next, connect the female support rail with another 2 lags for a total of 4 lag screws per support rail. After installing the first support rail, measure about 44 to 52 inches of space from your first rail, depending on the spacing of your overhead support trusses. Repeat the same steps by connecting the 2 support rails with 4 lags evenly distributed. Now assemble all 4 sets of slide rails. Insert the male end of each rail into the female end. Insert into the end with a notch. This connects the 2 rails permanently. Next, measure the distance between your support rails. Install 2 sets of bolts, washers, and strut T-nuts roughly the same distance apart as your support rails. Place each bolt with the washer through the bottom of the slide rail and loosely hand tighten it into the strut T-nut. At this point, we suggest installing the hardware into all 4 slide rails using the same spacing. Once the bolts are attached, mount the first slide rail to the support rails by twisting the strut T-nuts 90 degrees and pushing them up into the support rails. Now turn them clockwise 90 degrees and let the strut T-nut rest in the support rail. After mounting all 4 slide rails, start by tightening the slide rail on the end. Be cautious that you don't bend or distort the slide rail when tightening. Impact drills are very powerful. To determine the distance between your slide rails, use an empty bin to make sure it is tightly secured but able to slide. Check that your rails are parallel and the correct distance apart by sliding a tote between them. Without any play from side to side, your tote should be able to slide back and forth easily. Repeat these steps for the next 2 slide rails. Check that all the bolts are tight without distorting the rails and confirm that your rails are properly spaced so that your totes fit snugly. Make sure to only use our approved tote. The black totes with yellow lids have a thick lip which ensures a secure fit. These totes are commonly found at Lowe's, Home Depot, or Costco. For more information, take a look at our Tote Slide installation guide or visit our website.